So thanks for your question.
Go for Zoom.
Viewer wants to know what are on the gauges that you're checking. Are you checking pressure, temperature? What are you looking at there, Dan? When you
Yeah, all the above. Basically making sure that Herc's not bleeding to death.
Oh, go wide.
And we also monitor the temperature of the electronics. So the gauges are the oil levels of our different compensators. Keep the seawater out. And temperature, humidity, voltage. It's really nice when it's control C, control V. That means everything's all good. Nothing has changed. That's what we're really looking for.
Seems like we have some real Herc fans out in viewer land today. All these great questions about the ROVs.
Yeah, next time we check the gauges, I can put the bubble cam up and
So
have a
Herc's
view
look
at home of
southeast,
the gauges.
southwest, southwest. I think we're going to regain the. I think we're going to regain the high density sponge community pretty soon,
Nice.
without a big pause on the saddle here.
So this is the first.
It's a gift.
This is the first area of nodules that we've really seen. The manganese nodules. I mean, we've seen them on other dives, but on this dive, our watch hasn't encountered this.
Our watch, no. The when we first landed, I think they saw some nice nodules. They scooped some.
Have we tried to slurp any of those?
We already got a scoop so
we
far.
scooped them, yeah. We didn't try to slurp. There wasn't much depth to the sediment below them. They tried to push core and couldn't get anywhere.
Yeah, Jess was bragging she got to try a push core. We never get to try one.
Wow, some envy over there.
So this is like a path of nodules oriented 210 or so.
And we seem to be right in the middle of this saddle between these two local high points. We're still seeing more sponges here, though, than we were in the other saddles from the dive the other day. So it's...
Yeah.
And I think as we start to climb, we're going to see more and more.
Come down a bit now.
Yeah, so this is more of a flat area, not those steeper slopes. There's a little anemone.
Yep. Yes, that's a nice one.
And a soft coral.
Oh, yeah.
And we're seeing here.
Let's see if I can do better with this soft coral here.
The sponges are trying to grow on these rocks, but they're getting too big and the rocks
yeah,
are
the
tipping
rocks are
over.
teeny.
Yeah.
There's a small fish drifting by, or couldn't quite see what that was.
I'm gonna keep you guys
there
moving.
it goes again.
That sounds great.
There's a shrimp.
Bridge
Go
nav.
for Zoom.
Shrimp, lobster, who knows? Oh, wow.
There we go.
Great color on
Can
this.
we move
I
60
love them.
meters, bearing 180?
Okay, I'm going to lift off here.
Coming wide.
Thank you.
Seems like these sponges are just waiting for a rock that's big enough to hold them. And
I know. These guys actually have had some good luck here.
Yeah, we're getting
But they're
more
like,
to the
they're bigger
consolidated.
than their rocks.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which is pretty wild.
What a life. You know, it's just sit on a rock and grow for several hundred years, and then one day a strong current comes along and
All that hard work.
oh. So does this look like sheet flow to you?
Yeah, it looks like it's sheet flow, and it's just, it's not broken up, right? It's more consolidated.
Yeah. I think we are finding the beginning of the high density community.
Yeah.
And this is the same one we were in before, correct?
No, we are proceeding up this from the saddle up the slope towards the, well, yeah, towards the one,
Yeah,
the previous dive.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Yeah.
And so I think we're finding the beginning of that.
Dan, can you start bringing Argus around to 180? So I stop getting distracted way over in Southeast land.
I've just been keeping you in the box.
I know. I'm supposed to keep myself in the box, though.
Look at that nav screen.
I know, I know. I just keep floating off towards the southeast.
I'm sorry.
Southeast looked good.
Did?
Yeah, it did look good. That's the thing. It's the thing with these things. When Herc follows its heart, it just ends up in these crazy places.
I never know which GUI is going, so I don't know which compass is which.
Shouldn't we be running so that they're both the same? Or did we decide not to use that one?
I don't know.
Yeah, I think they're the same.
They're both the same now.
Yeah, yeah. Unfortunately, for a little while we were running where they were not both the same. So I think maybe that's the confusion there.
I think you can run either one, right?
Yeah. I think that maybe there's other things different about that GUI.
Yeah.
It's not the right one, is the bottom
works.
line.
No, I don't know about right or wrong. The other one has sliders up here. This one is easy to, if you oops and press the 5 or 10% and wonder why Argus is spinning in circles uncontrollably.
Oh, like it did during pre-dives this morning?
Yeah.
Yes.
It's done that
yes.
subsea a couple times as well.
Really? Does it not, I forget, does it not report?
It's really cool to do it during shift change. Just click those a couple times.
And then just
it
walk
out of
away.
Yeah, I think the record's 9 turns on the wire.
No.
And a big knot in the tether.
That's not cool.
It's not on purpose, just people don't.
I know, I
realize what they're doing.
absolutely know.
Like, why are those buttons even there? They shouldn't be there. When would you ever use that?
I don't know. I like AutoHead. I just use AutoHead. Oh, I feel like AutoHead has failed for various reasons a couple times.
Yeah.
Just reasons.
Because reasons.
Also tying yourself in knots.
Right. This is kind of a cool flow here.
Yeah,
Right.
those sponges look, the small ones near the bottom look different. Or maybe they're just
Is that mud or rock?
babies.
I think it's rock.
Almost looks like mud.
Yeah, and and there's like some scour marks, it seems, going downhill. That could have just been,
Some channels.
yeah.
I love the color of these yellow crinoids. They're really bright. There's no excuse for it, but yet here they are.
Living in complete darkness, yet still so fancy.
Yeah, so fancy.
So Nav, let's drop a target, sponges facing west. Fairly dense, not really dense yet, but probably the part of that same community that we saw in the last dive.
Have they been facing west the whole time?
Pretty much up on that knoll they were. I don't recall the orientation from the last, when they landed in the last dive, where this all began.
Let's get a zoom. I'm sort of want to see the crinoid a little closer, but I didn't line it up perfectly. See if I can fix it.
Want me to click your camera?
Oh, that's okay. I'm going to try and fix
Just
it.
kind of looks like sediment.
I think there's a dust of sediment on top of this, so you can still see the rock structures underneath.
Yeah.
And a baby Dr. Seuss.
And a Walteria with a big yellow crinoid.
Yeah.
Very appropriately looking like a windmill, since we are diving on Don Quixote Seamount.
Oh. Nope, not doing a good job of that.
If you want to learn more about why we are looking for these coral and sponge communities, there is a great blog on our website. If you go to our website and click on gallery, you can see the last few postings are about this expedition.
Argus is 135 now.
Okay, thank you. I'll get my act together. Get back in the box. This has definitely been one of those watches where I always feel like I'm a little bit behind the 8-ball.
No, I've been fine.
It's been kind of scrambly.
It's a lot to see.
I know.
Squirrel. So the name of this expedition is featured in one of those blog posts. This is the Lu'u Aea Ahiki Ika Papaku expedition, which was granted to us by our partners in the monument and the cultural working group. And that translates as to go down, come up, until you reach the ocean floor. Papaku means ocean floor. That's definitely describing what we're doing with the ROVs. This is our 7th dive, so we have gone down and come up. Oh, we've gone down 7 times, and here we are in the midst of this dive. We hope to keep bringing you more dives for the next week as we continue exploring Papahanaumokuakea Marine Monument. Keep your questions coming in the chat.
It's going to get a little steeper for you there.
Yeah. There's one of those lettuce sponges.
Yeah. Maybe we should call it the expired lettuce sponge.
Yeah. These sort of bumpy rock flow things are like have pretty loud returns on the sonar too, so that it might just stay the same and have this like bumpy surface. That's what's so bright.
I'm gonna keep us moving in the same direction.
Yep.
That sounds great.
Bridge, Nav.
Still getting lost off in Southeast Land. Stop
Yeah,
this.
keep sliding to your right.
Can we please move 50 meters, bearing 180? Thanks, Alex.
I think it's because the slope, like that's the exact like fall line of the slope that I've been following off to the southeast.
Can you swing over to the southwest?
Yes.
See what we got there?
Yes, I will do that.
It's just
So
down.
it's just going to take me down a bit.
Okay, I see.
Is all.
Wow, it's really down.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It
you're going north there.
Yes, I am. Because, I don't know, I had a reason in my head. I didn't really want to go straight down a steep face. Because I wouldn't be able to see anything.
Oh. Okay, yeah, what we want to do is follow the ridge up.
Yeah, so I think I'm going to end up staying.
So it looks like it runs more to the southeast to climb.
Yeah, climbing is sort of to the southeast, but I mean, we'll get there eventually, even going south. So
should be able to lateral along here.
Yeah, so Emil, right now I'm facing southwest.
Yeah.
And it's not, I mean, I think I'm going to head for straight south.
Yep.
And that way we can keep going along the sort of spongy area.
Should take you right towards our previous dive site. Yep. Going south.
Kate, can you put Herc on the Sonardyne?
Yeah, I can also reset, but
Also, yeah, why don't you reset?
Are you in a good place?
I am in a good place.
All
and
right.
I don't have any autos on.
Here we go.
Do it.
Kind of lost the sponges.
Mm-hmm. There's an old sponge.
Something.
There's a coral just off to the left. Lots of questions coming in on the chat about why we're just seem to be going in and out of these dense communities. 1 minute it's sponges for days, and the next minute it's pretty barren.
Could we pan over to the southeast? See what we got?
Yeah, absolutely.
And
Southeast is a little bit easier just because it's uphill.
That is the question that we are trying to answer by surveying these sites visually and recording oodles and oodles of data to try to put together this puzzle.
There's your southeast.
Huh.
Yeah, weird, huh? It was so spongy not too long ago.
Yeah, it
And
disappeared.
according to the previous dive, it's about to get pretty spongy again here in a bit.
Oh, yeah. Are we getting to that exact, like,
Yeah, we're real
bracket
close.
of...
Yeah, we're just...
Ooh, what do we got out there?
We got barren here for a while, and now...
Tumbleweeds.
Tumbleweeds.
More corals.
Yeah.
It's a great view of Herc just peeking over this ledge here in the Argus cam. It's a bit unusual about this dive. Usually we have very little idea of what's ahead, but since we dove on this site a few days ago, we're coming up near to the point where we started that previous dive.
Wow. Is that corals and rocks? And
Sponges.
A few
sponges there. That's a nice little collection. The coral with the brittle star and the sponge there with the shrimp. I'm just going with shrimp. really nice representation of
Go for zoom.
the diversity here.
Associates.
We get lasers off.
I'm going to have to come up. Yeah.
Okay.
Coming over the top of you there.
Yep. I'll keep moving.
Thank you.
Thanks, Steve.
Sure thing.
Well, we did go from a more sheet flow to a rockier substrate, but I don't know if that could be the defining characteristic.
There's a swimming crinoid.
Where?
The bottom of frame, just left frame.
Oh,
Sorry, I got to scoot.
Just bump Herc a little bit with Argus there to get you going.
Whoa.
That doesn't make me nervous.
Not at all.
Yeah, me neither. Just sort of trying, I'm getting a little like desensitized to Herc being very large in the Argus cam.
I'm not zoomed in at all.
I know.
I'll give you a tag on that one too there, Dan. I'll give you a highlight.
That's a great look at the thrusters, the rear thrusters.
We have favorable current and terrain.
Yeah, totally. It's
I
perfect for this.
I can see that.
Check your gauges from Argus.
I can see the tether behaving out behind Argus.
Yeah,
there,
yeah,
so.
totally.
Would Rennie be getting nervous right now?
I don't know. I haven't
Think
had
so.
a watch with Rennie since like 2016.
Rennie would be having a heart attack.
Oh, would he? Okay. There's a reason Rennie and I aren't on watch ever, I think. Too much laughing, not enough working. I was having
He's getting pretty desensitized too. We've been
yeah.
Yeah.
It didn't take long, like, you know, a couple dives. I was like, okay, I guess this is how it goes. I'm going to try and get out in front a little bit so I can actually stop and look at things without ending up bumping Argus.
So I want to make the next move more southeast, kind of bearing 165.
That sounds great.
Yeah.
I just keep ending up southeast anyways because that's where things are.
Yeah, I can see that fall line. Back row, how does that sound? I know you guys eventually want to move over west, but probably maybe another move or two in that southeast direction?
Yeah,
Okay.
south-southeast. Yeah, 165 sounds good.
Yeah, south-southeast. Bridge, Nev. Can we move 100 meters, bearing 165?
It's a different
Look
looking
at that
rock.
strangely shaped rock.
Yeah.
Yep.
Looks like one of those little things you used to put on your shelf and it like perched over the edge of your shelf. Little, what's that called?
What?
Kilroy? Little Kilroy.
I'm
Oh,
not
look at
quite
this
sure what Kim
little
is talking about.
Purple thing. Oh, this must be a
That weird looking rock. Look, it looks
Talking
like it
like
has,
Elf on the Shelf? Or?
yeah, like Elf on the Shelf, only
What?
back in the day. It's like 2 eyes and a nose.
That purple thing, I see.
Yeah, do you want to give me a zoom? I'll
Crash in
see if
there.
I can get that.
Oh,
Must be a sea cucumber or something.
That's,
Yeah,
uh,
cucumber.
It's quite wee,
it's like a kiwi.
except purple.
That's full zoom
6
there.
centimeters.
I'm coming wide now.
Thanks. Yeah, I just had. Does anyone know what that is?
No.
I thought
No.
it was a sea cucumber.
You think so?
I
The
thought it
color
was.
the color looks right.
Just really small.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
too, it's not long enough.
It could be a portion of a sea cucumber. Eh?
Baby.
I mean, yeah, I think a
Something.
baby.
Something tall up ahead.
Yeah, I see that. That's quite nice. The terrain looks pretty consistent for a while now.
So if you're watching on quad view channel 3 or on channel 3, that's our map view. And all of these tags that we're coming up on are from the previous dive. We are the active dots and circles and squares there moving together with the ship. And all of these tags that are to the south of us were tagged by the previous dive. So we want to overlap a bit with them and do some more exploring to find the extent of these communities.
See a good number of corals.
Oh, that's a leaf sponge again. Oh. Quite the collection of brittle stars there too, it looks like.
Feel like I've seen that sponge before.
I know. Let's go for zoom.
Those are lobsters, I think.
Squat lobsters?
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, they are. They're ready to get something. And then there's those little white dots below the squat lobsters.
Yeah, yeah.
Wonder
What's
what those
that
are.
all about?
I wonder if those are eggs.
Oh, yeah, they're all on this other left side branch as well.
Yep. Nice. It's cool to see the inner structure. It's almost like a...
Oh, yeah, it's got like a skeleton, hey?
Uh-huh.
I've got a little more lens if we want to go tighter on anything, but I'm kind of liking this.
Yeah, this seems right. Okay, I think I'm going to...
But what?
Yeah, drift off.
Nice.
Keep going. Don't need to be shaking hands with Argus anytime soon.
So nice having the short tether.
Yeah.
Seeing enemies.
I always complained about it before until I spent a month flying around with a 55-meter tether. We never saw Herc.
That was a very long tether.
It was miserable.
Go for zoom.
It allowed us to do what we needed to do, but it was not nearly as fun for the Argus pilot.
Yeah, he's got a little cave there underneath him. Wonder what lives in there.
His buddy.
Eel.
Okay.
It's like a good eel home.
Nice big Walteria on the left.
Yeah.
What's going on there?
Yeah,
I think we're getting some soft sponge, some soft corals.
Zoom.
the red thing right near the center.
So just a lot of brittle stars on a coral. Yeah.
Oh, wow. It's a popular spot.
Yeah.
Oh, Chrysogorgia.
Good real
Some
estate
soft
there.
corals.
Okay, I'm going to take off.
So Papahanaumokuakea Marine Monument, where we are doing the exploring here, covers over 580,000 square miles of the Pacific Ocean, but only 6 square miles of that is land, and the rest is these wide ocean with seamounts, which we're exploring here. We're south of the main Hawaiian chain right now on a smaller chain of seamounts, working here within the marine sanctuary. While we've been at sea, some information came out that they're going to research the possibility of designating this not just a marine monument, but a sanctuary as well, to add an additional layer of protections. This is a very special area, very important, not just scientifically or biologically, but also culturally. We are working with the Hawaiian Cultural Working Group. They are the ones that have given us our expedition name. They are also advising us on our sampling protocols, which you hear us go radio silent for anytime there's a shift change and at the beginning and end of a dive. These protocols.
I'm getting ahead of me now.
Yep.
These protocols are to allow us to honor the biocultural resources that we are interacting with. The coral and sponge communities are very important to the culture working group, and their history and their cosmology. According to that cosmology, the coral polyp was the first life on Earth, and all life came from that. So that's what we are honoring when we do those protocols.
Go for zoom.
It's interesting when we look into these sponges, how the sponge has figured out how to channel water so effectively through itself.
Okay, I'm gonna take off.
It's always
Catch
a
up.
series of holes that I think are are unexpected to me.
Okay.
Bridge, nav. Can we come all stop, please? Thank you.
We're going uphill now, so
There's
you
another
want to
There's
be
a
out
branch in
front,
bamboo.
Gabby.
something swimming off to the left.
Can we get a zoom on that reddish orange colony down there?
Yeah, this one here.
Right. Yep.
Andrea, are these rocks angular enough?
Okay, go for zoom.
No, I think we want to keep on moving, and we don't want to fill up too much of the box too early, and I don't want to. Oh, definitely don't want to overflow, because I had already discussed with Chris.
How's that, Emil?
Let's see.
It's like a two-tone.
Let's talk to our scientist ashore here.
Go for a little tighter here.
Thanks, Steve. That's great.
It almost looks like two different corals.
Emil, I'm probably going to need to move pretty soon.
Okay.
What's on your mind?
Yep, we're good.
Okay, go wide.
It's really two-colored, isn't it?
Yeah.
We're going to need to move from 12 meters altitude,
Yep.
20 meters delta.
Yep, I'm on
I
my way.
have to pull you.
That
There's
looks
a
like
trident.
Yeah, trident.
Nice.
Bamboo trident sponge.
Steve?
Thanks.
As soon as I catch up.
'Kay.
Go gadget arms.
Should be seeing lots of sponges soon. So Asaka Matsumoto is weighing in that the red coral could be Paragorgia octocorals with associated yellow zoanthids.
Oh, so it was two
Yeah. Yep.
different things.
Right.
We're back to par on altitude versus delta, so you're good.
Our USBL is,
Yeah, it's on the fritz, hey?
yep, not doing fantastic. Dead reckoning spot on.
Looks like sponge is off to the left. Yep.
Yeah.
Starting to regain.
So keep your questions coming at nautiluslive.org. We appreciate you spending your time with us.
Oh, I'm good. Unless you went out. Thanks for offering, though.
And we're here to answer your questions to the best of our ability.
Can we pivot to the left there, looking, I guess, east? Yeah, we're in the high density sponges again.
I think we can keep moving now.
Actually, yeah. If do you have a ship move in?
No, we stopped
Nope.
just to get Argus uphill the perk there, but we're back in the box, so we can continue on if you want. Or
Thinking, yeah, maybe drop. Let's just see if we can drop down a little bit to the west.
Do you want to follow the contour? So that would be a 230 move, or go directly west at 290.
230 looks good.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, kind of getting that Candyland look again.
Those curved whipped corals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bridge, nav.
So we'll see how far down the slope this extends.
Can we move 50 meters, bearing 230? Yes.
Wow.
It's such a contrast to those long-stalked sponges we were seeing in our earlier dives that have very small attachment points based on overall size. And then you see some of these polyapagon sponges that have huge attachments.
Yeah, you wonder how the Dr. Seuss even hang on.
Yeah. We are 2 hours into our 4-hour shift.
I wonder if an oscillating flow is not more, is not, if it is beneficial to filter feeders in that you're getting a feed direction, but you're also getting a clean direction, so that some of the things that might not be beneficial to the filter feeders are getting cleaned off, while it's still getting a direction of flow to get its nutrients. Sometimes we see these sponges and they're covered in sediment, and it looks like that sediment is
Could choke
actually
them.
Yeah, choke them. Yeah.
Yep.
So maybe an oscillatory flow or bidirectional areas that are more predisposed to bidirectional currents are the Goldilocks spot.
Oh, this is a nice
This looks like
shot
a
up
picture.
here. Yeah. Oh, these are good. Could you pause here, Herc, and just kind of take this in? Get some nice shots.
Yeah, Roger. They want to pause here and get some good shots.
Okay. What do you want shots of?
Oh, let's pan right and left
I'll
and
stop.
just get these sponges and corals together.
HNav.
Just wides, right?
I'll stop.
Yes.
Yeah, we don't have to zoom. So this is about, yeah, very close to the previous dive, documenting dense sponge communities. Wow, precious coral in the middle, looks like. This is a big one.
Mm-hmm. And some of the yellow corals down below.
Let's see if we can come around and face that big pink one here.
There's so many different corals here.
Yeah.
This is amazing.
This would be a great area to do, what do they call it when they do kind of a mosaic? They do a
photo
little,
mosaic.
a mow with the lawn pattern and take a whole bunch of pictures and then.
Oh,
they were actually doing
the
that.
transects?
They were actually doing that pretty, we did like a Canadian Department of Ocean and Fisheries cruise on seamounts up by Haida Gwaii, and one of the scientists would do these like 10 meter by 10 meter patches.
Yeah.
And ended up making the photo mosaics out of them and like doing them time and time again and making them very quantitative sort of.
Yeah, they come back every couple of years and they
super
find
cool
like the exact heading and location on a marker, and then they do the.
Yeah.
I pity the poor grad student that would have to count the organisms in a transect in this area.
I pity the poor grad student that has to make the photo mosaics because I remember what that was like.
Nowadays they have some.
Can we get lasers
super
off
whammy.
for a second?
Lasers off, Roger. I think they have some pretty flash software to do all that nowadays, don't they?
Yeah, yeah, they do.
Let's collect a Niskin here.
Roger that. How high above the seafloor do you want to be?
I think this altitude is fine.
Okay.
1, 2, and 3 are open.
Yeah. You want to rack back there and I'll trigger one?
Yeah.
So that large pink fan might have been a primnoid from our scientists ashore.
One is towards the aft, and the next 2 are also open.
So it looks like we're on 6543.
Yep.
3 would be blue, I think.
Can we get the Niskin cam up on Sat3, Steve?
Oh, yep.
We got a viewer question about what is a Niskin?
We're collecting a water sample, and that water sample will be analyzed for environmental DNA, traces of what is here now or what might have passed through this area.
Call it, Steve.
3, 2, 1, Niskin.
Very non-invasive way to sample the biology.
So these Niskin bottles are open flow until that is pulled and it seals it up. Are we sampling those samples for microplastics? A viewer is interested to know.
I don't think so.
We have on previous cruises.
Sorry, what sample number was that?
9-4.
Yeah.
Had what, Dan, samples for microplastics?
Yeah.
Look at all those corals. Oh my goodness.
I think one of our, what is her name? One of our science managers, it's her PhD.
Okay. Looks like over to the south, there's more sponges.
Yep, that matches right what we saw on the last dive. So we're right in that area. So yeah, what we'll do is step west, start going down slope to see how far this extends. Wow, there's a big sponge.
We get lasers on again.
Yep, roger.
Thanks.
Are you guys ready for another ship move?
Or
you want to come out further west ahead of Argus?
Oh, I see what you're asking. Yeah, let me get in a better position.
Okay.
Emily, are you done with this area?
Yep, for now.
Yeah. For
Thanks.
now.
I know. We'll be back. Thanks, Kate.
No
that
worries.
was a good spot there.
Beautiful.
This is a really amazing place.
So the previous dive followed the spine of the ridge up and saw this high density sponge community for about 1,200 yards. What we're going to do is drop down off the side to see how deep it extends. Maybe not much, but we'll see. The currents seem to have been coming from the west back at that saddle. I'm not sure that we see that directional orientation of the sponges here.
Emil, are you able to see what you need to see if I'm aiming down slope? Like, are the sponges reflective enough, or do you?
So you're aiming.
You see what I'm asking? So like, if I drive this straight, I'll be heading down slope. It's not going to be beautiful.
Right. He wants to go west, though. You're going.
I'm going south. Yeah.
Well, the move's going to be 230 if that helps. So.
Yeah. So 230 is about what I'm headed.
So you can kind of swivel back, take a look behind, and then.
Yeah, I can lateral down it
as
too.
we go down. Yeah.
So.
You can see that there's still life, going down slope, but we're really trying to get to where it stops.
Okay.
If we put Argus on the downhill side, you can back up all the way down.
I'll do that.
Or lateral sideways.
Yeah, I'll just get to the.
So let Argus get on the deep side there on the west of you.
I will.
That's a neat shot.
Yeah.
Wow.
Or to the north of you, that works too.
Yeah. I was gonna position myself uphill a little bit.
Yeah, that's probably good there.
Okay. And then
look south, lateral right.
Yeah.
Beauty.
Okay. I think we can do the thing.
All right, here we go.
Yeah.
Bridge, nav.
So nice having two ROVs.
Move 30 meters, bearing 230.
You can see twice as much.
Yeah, this is a good setup.
Yeah. I agree, Emil. I agree.
We want to look at pretty stuff.
Yeah, I'm with you. I often get frustrated when we're going downhill and I can't look at things.
Always easier to climb, right?
Yeah, it definitely is. Yeah, so I'll kind of like lateral over this.
Wow, look at that one. Two.
Which one are you wowing over?
Those two big, I think they're primnoids, those light pink corals off to the left. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. This one. This beauty right here.
Yeah. Or is that just one? Is that what we were just looking at?
I don't know. It looks a lot like the one we were just looking at.
It's an embarrassment of riches down here.
Yeah.
I know, it really is.
Looks like it's a different species, the pink one and then the...
Oh, yeah, then there's another one next to it.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Yeah, if you can kind of swing back and look at that.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
That'll be a nice shot.
It's like there were quite a few associates on that pink coral as well.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if they're anemones or...
So many business associates.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's interest in that smaller yellow one in front.
Okay.
If we could get a zoom.
That one's trying to drink the other one's milkshake. I drink your milkshake. Looks like brittle stars. No, maybe those are squat lobsters.
Okay, go for zoom.
Steve's going to let us know here in a minute with a beautiful zoom. Lasers off, please.
Could be zoozanthids on the coral. Oh,
Those
that's
are
her.
tiny brittle
Brittle
stars.
stars.
Like
I think.
dozens of them.
So what do you think about that little yellow coral right in front of it?
Oh, that could be a coral with zoozanthids. I'm not sure, but I think that's what Asako is saying.
Want to crash in and tighter on those?
Nope, I did not have a good position there. I'm sorry.
And by crash, I mean crash zoom.
Yeah,
Sorry, wrong word.
The crash was too literal in that case.
Yep.
And I just didn't want to take it too far.
Yeah, by crash zoom, I just meant a fast zoom.
Oh, okay.
And you don't see
again.
Those brittle stars don't seem to be on any of the other corals. They're just all on this one large coral.
Yeah.
It's like they're having a flash mob. Speaking of,
It's tough because there's not really a great place to land here,
Yeah.
Steve.
Yep.
I'll try and hold it still again.
That smaller yellow colony could be a black coral.
Oh, I do see an exposed black skeleton. I'm going to zoom real quick.
yep.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Do it.
It's black.
Okay. Coming back wide.
Crank your Z bias back up. It'll hover there for you.
Thanks for that look.
41, I think she had it. So
Yeah.
those magic midwater zooms.
I'm going to keep doing small moves, bearing 230 as we try to find that downslope extent.
Yeah, I think. Okay.
Yeah.
Say again.
I'm just going to keep doing pretty small moves.
Okay.
At
Yeah.
230.
That sounds great.
We can adjust quickly if we find that. Oh, yeah. Downslope extent. Bridge, nav. Can we move 30 meters bearing 230?
Can I steal your bubble cam there to strafe
absolutely.
the gauges again?
Oh yeah, Steve, you want to put the gauges up?
Yep. Read my mind.
Nice.
So if you're watching on the quad view, Sat 3 or channel 3 on our YouTube channel, this is the bubble cam. We're going to
Primary comp 3. Craft comp 3.5. High voltage and HP motor, 3 and 5.5. One little peek at the reservoir gauge you can barely see. And that's it, all good.
All right, so there's some rarely seen footage. So a viewer wants to know, why is it called bubble cam and where is it on the vehicle?
I don't know why it's called bubble cam. Gabby will know why it's.
I have no idea why it's called bubble cam. I don't know. It looks like kind of a bubble.
So is the covering?
I think I can see it, actually. If I look right up with Herc, I can see bubble cam, so you can see where it is on the vehicle.
Nice.
So it's right in the center there?
That little dome.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
It's basically a 1985 security camera and a multi-million-dollar titanium housing.
Really fancy housing.
And there's another of those bright pink ones, bright pink colonies.
Yeah, some big sponges behind Herc, too.
Yeah, big sponges there.
The video team calls that camera Herc Brow.
Oh, that's interesting.
That's a more generic name for it, because we'd call like the brow cam is something you'd have on other vehicles too, and it would just be called brow cam, just the position.
We have a really bad habit on this boat of calling things by strange names that are
unique names.
slang.
Right, as opposed to like generic.
Like normally that would be the upper pen and rotate camera, or upper pen and tilt, and the lower pen and tilt.
Is that a bad habit, or is that a charming quirk?
It's a charming quirk.
Yeah, it's definitely.
We use that to ruin hundreds of, well, not hundreds, but handfuls of interns every year.
Yeah, you go to another system and it feels like you're stepping into another country that speaks another language. It's not like other systems are better at not calling things specific.
It's great. We have
weird names.
We have the mezzo, the paro.
So we got on my list.
And then they change, right? Yeah. Yeah, what do you have on your list?
Herc Zeus, Herc Brow, Starboard / Bucket, Port / Bio, and Herc Butt. Those are the Herc cams. Is that what you could call it?
That's pretty close. Like we have, so Herc would be, yeah, we'd have Port, Starboard, Butt.
She said butt.
Zeus. I did. Zeus, Bubble, DSC.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be ours.
Which one's DSC?
The still cam.
Oh, yeah, of course, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
So these sponges keep going.
I don't know what to say about the two starboard cams. I wouldn't know how to differentiate them. They're just both the BioBox cams.
Yeah.
And theoretically, how often are you doing those gauge checks? How frequently?
We're by the book every hour. It depends. I generally should be looking at them more often. If we've been working on the vehicle or we've had any issues, then I'll monitor them I'll look at them every 15 minutes or so.
Hey, Nav, can you drop a target just noting that the dense sponges continue?
Absolutely.
But it feels like the corals have thinned out, hey? I guess there's some. It's not quite what it was a little further up.
Are you surprised by that, Emil?
I don't know what to be surprised by with this dense sponges. Just if the currents are from the west, I guess it's still pretty good conditions. But yeah, it does look like the corals are getting less dense.
You're good to keep moving?
Yep.
The same direction?
Yep.
Ditto here.
Can we move 30 meters, bearing 230? Thank you, Alex.
Yeah, and it looks like we're still set up pretty good.
Yeah, Definitely going downhill.
Yeah, we are.
It's a beautiful
Little
anemone.
know.
anemone.
Yeah.